National anthem and a crowd anxiously awaiting the tip-off. Our starting lineup to look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting five for both teams. First, for the Pistons, Jennings out there with Rodney Stuckey. And it's Andre Drummond at 6'11", 275 pounds, the big athletic presence out of the University of Connecticut inside at center. Then it's Smith, and it's Monroe in at the power forward position. And for New Orleans, the backcourt, Holiday and Gordon. And playing at the 5, a jump-shooting 7-footer with underrated athleticism out of Colorado State, Jason Smith. Then there's Tyreke Evans, and it's Davis in at the 4 spot. Davis with the block. And here's Holiday. On the wing, Eric Gordon. Out to Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He feeds it to Holiday for 3. But they'll get another chance. Davis dishes to Evans. He passes to Holiday. Davis.
Well, coaches love it because of the hustle he's continually showing out on the floor. And I think where you really see it most is on the offensive boards.
And another thing he's known for all over the league is what an angry shot blocker he is. He does it with an attitude when he knocks it out of the air and sends it behind the shooter.
Jennings passes to Smith. Stuckey outside.
Well, what you love about Drew Holiday is his strong body, his size at the point guard position. He's about 6'4". Still very young, but an all-star last year. I think he's only going to get better.
Detroit shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. First one falls for him. And so Stuckey nails both of them. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. We'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Monty Williams.
He said that one of the players are keying in on defensively is Rodney Stuckey, adding he loves to use his size and his strength to play bully ball inside and get himself to the line. We've got to be physical with him without fouling. Guys, that'll take discipline. We'll see if they can strike the right balance on defense.
Thank you, Doris.
And, you know, Drew Holiday, guys, in Philly is called by some people the Drew. But he still has work to do. I like his talent and his demeanor. He's developing as both a scorer and a playmaker, which is tough for a young player to balance those two skills. But I think he's got a chance to be special.
Down low, and Drummond throws it down.
Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geek. That's what those alley-oops do, though.
Here's Evans. There's the bucket. Good. Evans has got his second bucket.
Late reaction from the defense, and he's always going to make good on that.
Stuckey outside. He dishes it to Monroe. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one on Davis.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
Detroit shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And that one falls for Monroe. And a different look here for the Pistons. And so Monroe nails both of them. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Holiday attacking. And that does it for the first quarter. Pelicans lead by 6. From the New Orleans Arena. Back in a moment. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up.
There were high hopes for New Orleans in what would be their final season as the Hornets last year, but They ended up struggling in part because they didn't win at home, but also they had some injuries that affected the team as well. They had the fewest home wins in the entire West.
Pistons trail by 6. Outside Billups. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Gives him the lead pass. The shot's good from Jerebko. And for the Pelicans, injuries definitely put a hampering on their hopes for the season. But, Steve, even then, you would have thought they would have been tougher at home than they really were.
Yeah, how about that? Only 16 wins at home. And if you can't at least go 500 in your own building, you're on your way to the lottery. But that's okay. New Orleans has added some pieces. Drew Holiday comes in. Because of that lottery pick, they were able to trade. This is an interesting young team. Well, in any discussion about him, the first thing that has to come to mind is his skill as a passer.
Yeah, he's a world-class distributor, if you will, and the unselfish attitude translates to the whole team. I mean, I'd love to see what their assist-to-made baskets ratio is.
Detroit making a switch here. Villanueva's checked in. And he's good on the second.
Drew Holiday established himself as an elite player in a breakout year. When the team decided to move Iguodala, they were looking for a leader, and their young point guard stepped right into that role.
Here's Caldwell Pope. He's guarded by Rivers. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Greg Monroe. He's checked in for the Pistons. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Caldwell Pope, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And for Drew Holiday, with the departure of Iguodala and Lou Williams, the ball was in his hands a lot more last season. And, of course, as we know, he made his first All-Star game appearance.
Well, he really produced, Kevin. I mean, upped his scoring, almost doubled his assists, received a lot of votes for most improved. And you mentioned the All-Star game. I mean, he's just 23 years old.
Very good point.
You know, Detroit, despite how they struggled, did a few good things last year, even though they fell way short of the playoffs. But playing against the Western Conference, playing well against the Western Conference, wasn't one of the things they did well.
Jerebko's checked in for Detroit. Both free throws good from Caldwell Pope. Well, as you mentioned, with the Pistons and the West, just a 4-26 record for them, Clark, and with the second worst in the entire league. Steve, only 1 win better than the Bobcats, who had a league-low 3 in that category. What went wrong there?
Well, it's the youth for sure. They made a lot of mental mistakes. They didn't have that one player who could consistently create his own shot and open up space. That's one of the reasons they went out and got Josh Smith, to try to be that player and that leader.
And Villanueva kicks to Monroe, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Gentlemen, Tyreke Evans is now on a new team in New Orleans with a brand new 4-year contract. The former Rookie of the Year in Sacramento, but some of the Kings felt he hadn't developed the way they had hoped. Clearly, the Pelicans felt differently. They hope to vie for a playoff spot this season, with Evans' versatility enabling him to play multiple positions. He said, quote, "I'm about winning," adding that whether it's starting or coming off the bench in a Manu Ginobili type role, he's on board. Guys?
He's done a great job. Thanks, Doris. Villanueva dishes to Singler. Outside, Billups. Back to Singler. The feed to Monroe. The Pistons working the ball around now. Shot by Villanueva, no good. Pelicans leading by 5. Holiday, the pass to Anderson. Steamsma. An easy 2 points on the layup. Steamsma's got his first 2 points.
The 2 points are pretty much a lock when they're able to get the ball into that position inside.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Villanueva. The dish to Monroe. There's the pass to Villanueva. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. This is his first free throw of the game. He's off on the first. And the Pistons making a change here. He hits the second from the line. Heaves it up. Shot is off. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Pelicans on top, up by...
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And now it's time to break down the first half for you here on this Wednesday edition of 2K at the Half. The Pelicans are in the lead out at...
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
Detroit really is one of the younger teams in the league as far as their core and future are concerned. It's always nice to kind of think what might they become going forward. But they are going to struggle at times, especially on the road.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Just another one of his many post moves down low.
Pistons did have big problems getting wins on the road, and that is one of the reasons why the fans were a bit frustrated with how the team developed over the course of last year. Steve, they just couldn't finish off games when they were the road team.
Yeah, that's right, Kevin. Just 11 and 30 away from the Palace. And, you know, when you're a young team, it takes a lot of mental toughness and growth to be able to close out games on the road. It's something they're still learning.
Gordon outside. The offensive rebound goes back up. And the layup good by Smith.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
Jennings kicks to Monroe. Davis is on it. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
You know, the Pistons have shown interest in signing Monroe to a long-term deal, but he said that he would like to wait until after his fourth season before putting ink to paper. Might be in his best interest to do that. He's a promising young player.
And Greg Monroe, the number 7 pick back in 2010. You redo that draft, he could have been the top pick, number 2, number 3, right in that area.
Yeah, great pickup for Detroit. I mean, you think about what he does for this team. Got a triple-double last season. First Piston player, in fact, in 8 years to do that. So I think he's got the potential to be a 20 and 10 guy with great assists for a long time.
Gordon kicks to Evans. Outside Holiday. Takes a shot at the elbow. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Whatever their plan was defensively at time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Smith outside. It's back to Jennings. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Jennings has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Pelicans ended up being the name that New Orleans chose when it was all over. And I like the new look uniforms, but they had some other options as well that sounded pretty good to me. How about the brass? Because it gives nod to the music that New Orleans has popularized.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Well, definitely a nice sounding name. Other options were the Swamp Dogs, the Bull Sharks, the Mosquitoes. You know, Steve, all in all, you have to think they went the right way with the Pelicans.
I don't know. My personal favorite was the Rougarou, Kevin. That, I don't even know what that means, but that was in the mix. Would have puzzled a lot of other people around the country besides me, but better than Mosquitoes, that's for sure. Pelicans was probably the right way to go.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
Rivers against Jennings. Pass to Evans. Dishes it to Rivers. Kicks to Gordon. Left side, Davis. The shot from the low post is good. And the Pelicans lead by 3. The Pistons have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Jennings kicks to Stuckey. Feeds it to Smith. He's against Evans. And here is Jennings outside. Another 3 for Detroit.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
Gordon goes in, and that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
You didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Three minutes gone now in the third quarter. Right side Jennings. 11 feet out and he hits it. Jennings has got 8 points.
This game has taken on a new feel since halftime.
For sure, the energy level on both sides has gone way up after the break.
It's a tie game. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Well, for New Orleans, shooting a magnificent 69% in this game. Here's Smith. And the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line.
At the line for your Pelicans, Jason Smith. At the line for 2.
The free throw drops for Smith. Detroit making a switch here. Stuckey's checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Well, you kind of expect that from him. You pretty much know what the result's going to be when he goes to the line.
Billups attacking. Smith right side. And there's another one for the Pistons.
And now both of these clubs really in a groove here.
Already a high-scoring game, but it has become an offensive showcase down the stretch.
Smith sets the pick for Gordon. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And the Pelicans lead by 2. The Pistons shooting fantastically in this game, 62% from the floor. Billups dishes to Stuckey, guarded by Holiday. Now Stuckey. Evans gets the rebound. He kicks to Holiday. Aminu up top. Evans outside. He feeds it to Aminu. Shot clock at 6. Here's Gordon. No good. Good work defensively by Stuckey. He passes to Billups. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Left side, Billups. The 11-footer, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard, and the shot will go to the line. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for New Orleans.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
The other thing that jumps out to me is just the big number of assists they've had. The offensive efficiency has been a major factor.
Andre Drummond's checked in for Kyle Singler, and he makes both free throws.
In a crucial spot, he is always so solid at the line. He rarely wastes those opportunities.
Evans passes to Holiday. Lets it go from 14. It's good.
Ooh, a pressure basket right there.
Now that's coming through in the clutch.
Stuckey kicks to Smith. Billups to take the lead. He dishes it to Monroe. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a three-point play. That one on Davis.
They have finally fought all the way back to even the score. We're back to square one. Whole new ball game.
And with a comeback like that, they've definitely got the upper hand going forward.
And the Pistons making a change here. Jennings is checked in.
The Pistons have not defended well against Gordon.
He's got 10 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
I'm sure they'd like to get him a few more, though, so look for them to run some screens for him, try to pop him open.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Critical for him to knock down those free throws, guys. They had to come away with the lead on that trip.
Smith outside. It's back to Jennings. Stuckey outside Jennings. Bullseye!
Kevin, that was so clutch. Now they really need a defensive stand.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 1. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Well, you've got the luxury here of running a play, so you want to do something that you're very comfortable with.
Absolutely, Steve. I mean, no need to panic whatsoever. I mean, they're in a very good spot right here.
Holiday off a pick from Evans. Off the screen. It's good!
And he came off that screen. The defense just couldn't get over the top. Beautiful play.
Yep, and without a hand in his face, he's going to bury those.
time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're losing by 1. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Well, and you've got the luxury here of running a play, so you want to do something that you're very comfortable with.
Absolutely, Steve. I mean, no need to panic whatsoever. I mean, they're in a very good spot right here.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And he cannot convert on the second, and misses.